than to my own kith and kin. Volume 5, Book 59, number 369, narrated by Jabir bin Abdullah, Allah's apostle, said, "Who is willing to kill Ka'b bin al-Ashraf, who has hurt Allah and his apostle?" Thereupon Muhammad bin Maslama got up saying, "O Allah's apostle, would you like that I kill him?" The Prophet said, "Yes." Muhammad bin Maslama said, "Then allow me to say a false thing, that is to deceive Ka'b." The Prophet said, "You may say it." Then Muhammad bin Maslama went to Ka'b and said, "That man, that is Muhammad, demands sadaqah, that is zakat, from us, and he has troubled us, and I have come to borrow something from you." On that Ka'b said, "By Allah, you will get tired of him." Muhammad bin Maslama said, "Now as we have followed him, we do not want to leave him unless and until we see how his end is going to be. Now we want you to lend us a camel load or two of food." Some difference between narrators about a camel load or two. Ka'b said, "Yes, I will lend you, but you should mortgage something to me." Muhammad bin Maslama and his companion said, "What do you want?" Ka'b replied, "Mortgage your women to me." They said, "How can we mortgage our women to you, and you are the most handsome of the Arabs?" Ka'b said, "Then mortgage your sons to me." They said, "How can we mortgage our sons to you?" Later they would be abused by the people saying that so-and-so has been mortgaged for a camel load of food. That would cause us great disgrace, but we will mortgage our arms to you. Muhammad bin Maslama and his companion promised Ka'b that Muhammad would return to him. He came to Ka'b at night, along with Ka'b's foster brother, Abu Na'ilah. Ka'b invited them to come into his fort, and then he went down to them. His wife asked him, "Where are you going at this time?" Ka'b replied, "None but Muhammad bin Maslama and my foster brother Abu Na'ilah have come." His wife said, "I hear a voice as if dropping blood is from him." Ka'b said, "They are none but my brother Muhammad bin Maslama and my foster brother Abu Na'ilah. A generous man should respond to a call at night even if invited to be killed." Muhammad bin Maslama went with two men. Some narrators mention the men as Abu bin Jabir, Al-Harith bin Aus and Abad bin Bishr. So Muhammad bin Maslama went in together with two men, and sailed to them. "When Ka'b comes, I will touch his hair and smell it, and when you see that I have got hold of his head, strip him. I will let you smell his head." Ka'b bin al-Ashraf came down to them wrapped in his clothes and diffusing perfume. Muhammad bin Maslama said, "Have never smelt a better scent than this." Ka'b replied, "I have got the best Arab women who know how to use the high class of perfume." Muhammad bin Maslama requested Ka'b, "Will you allow me to smell your head?" Ka'b said, "Yes." Muhammad smelt it and made his companion smell it as well. Then he requested Ka'b again, "Will you let me smell your head?" Ka'b said, "Yes." When Muhammad got a strong hold of him, he said to his companions, "Get at him!" So they killed him and went to the Prophet and informed him. Abu Rafi was killed after Ka'b bin al-Ashraf. Volume 5, Book 59, number 370, narrated by Al-Bara bin Azib. Allah's apostle sent a group of persons to Abu Rafi. Abdullah bin Atik entered his house at night while he was sleeping and killed him. Volume 5, Book 59, number 371, narrated by Al-Bara bin Azib. Allah's apostle sent some men from the Ansar to kill Abu Rafi the Jew and appointed Abdullah bin Atik as their leader. Abu Rafi used to hurt Allah's apostle and help his enemies against him. He lived in his castle in the land of Hijaz. When those men approached the castle after the sun had set and the people had brought back their livestock to their homes, Abdullah bin Atik said to his companions, "Sit down at your places. I am going and I will try to play a trick on the gatekeeper so that I may enter the castle." So, Abdullah proceeded towards the castle, and when he approached the gate, he covered himself with his clothes, pretending to answer the call of nature. The people had gone in, and the gatekeeper considered Abdullah as one of the castle's servants, addressing him saying, "O Allah's servant, enter if you wish, for I want to close the gate." Abdullah added in his story, "So I went in the castle and hid myself. When the people got inside, the gatekeeper closed the gate and hung the keys on a fixed wooden peg. I got up and took the keys and opened the gate. Some people were staying late at night with Abu Rafi for a pleasant night chat in a room of his. When his companions of nightly entertainment went away, I ascended to him, and whenever I opened a door I closed it from inside. I said to myself, should these people discover my presence, they will not be able to catch me till I have killed him. So I reached him and found him sleeping in a dark house amidst his family. I could not recognize his location in the house. So I shouted, 'Oh Abu Rafi!' Abu Rafi said, 'Who is it?' I proceeded towards the source of the voice and hit him with the sword, and because of my perplexity, I could not kill him. He cried loudly, and I came out of the house and waited for a while, and then went to him again and said, 'What is this voice, O Abu Rafi?' He said, 'Woe to your mother! A man in my house has hit me with a sword.' I again hit him severely, but I did not kill him. Then I drove the point of the sword into his belly and pressed it through, till it touched his back, and I realized that I have killed him. I then opened the doors one by one till I reached the staircase, and thinking that I had reached the ground, I stepped out and fell down and got my leg broken in a moonlit night. I tied my leg with a turban and proceeded on till I sat at the gate and said, I will not go out tonight till I know that I have killed him. So when, early in the morning, The cock crowed, the announcer of the casualty stood on the wall saying, "I announce the death of Abu Rafi, the merchant of Hijaz." Thereupon I went to my companions and said, "Let us save ourselves, for Allah has killed Abu Rafi." So I, along with my companions, proceeded and went to the Prophet and described the whole story to him. He said, "Stretch out your broken leg." I stretched it out and he rubbed it and it became all right as if I had never had any ailment whatsoever. Volume 5, Book 59, number 372. Narrated by Al-Bara. Allah's apostle sent Abdullah bin Atik and Abdullah bin Utbah with a group of men to Abu Rafi to kill him. They proceeded till they approached his castle, whereupon Abdullah bin Atik said to them, "Wait here, and in the meantime I will go and see." Abdullah said later on, "I played a trick in order to enter the castle. By chance they lost a donkey of theirs and came out carrying a flaming light to search for it. I was afraid that they would recognize me, so I covered my head and legs and pretended to answer the call to nature. The gatekeeper called, 'Whoever wants to come in, should come in before I close the gate.' So I went in and hid myself in a stall of a donkey near the gate of the castle. They took their supper with Abu Rafi and had a chat till late at night. Then they went back to their homes. When the voices vanished and I no longer detected any movement, I came out. I had seen where the gatekeeper had kept the key of the castle in a hole in the wall. I took it and unlocked the gate of the castle, saying to myself, 'If these people should notice me, I will run away easily.' Then I locked all the doors of their houses from outside while they were inside, and ascended to Abu Rafi by a staircase. I saw the house in complete darkness with its light off, and I could not know where the man was. So I called, 'O Abu Rafi!' He replied, 'Who is it?' I proceeded towards the voice and hit him. He cried loudly, but my blow was futile. Then I came to him, pretending to help him, saying with a different tone of my voice, 'What is wrong with you, O Abu Rafi?' He said, 'Are you not surprised? Woe on your mother! A man has come to me and hit me with a sword.' So again I aimed at him and hit him, but the blow proved futile again, and on that Abu Rafi cried loudly and his wife got up. I came again and changed my voice as if I were a helper and found Abu Rafi lying straight on his back, so I drove the sword into his belly and bent on it till I heard the sound of a bone break. Then I came out, filled with astonishment, and went to the staircase to descend, but I fell down from it and got my leg dislocated. I bandaged it and went to my companions limping. I said to them, 'Go and tell Allah's apostle of this good news, but I will not leave this place till I hear the news of his, that is Abu Rafi's, death.' When dawn broke, an announcer of death got over the wall and announced, 'I convey to you the news of Abu Rafi's death.' I got up and proceeded without feeling any pain till I caught up with my companions before they reached the Prophet, to whom I conveyed the good news." Volume 5, Book 59, number 373, narrated by Ibn Abbas on the day of Uhud. The Prophet said, "This is Gabriel holding the head of his horse and equipped with war material." Volume 5, Book 59, number 374, narrated by Uqba bin Amir. Allah's apostle offered the funeral prayers of the martyrs of Uhud 8 years after their death, as if bidding farewell to the living and the dead. Then he ascended the pulpit and said, "I am your predecessor before you, and I am a witness on you, and your promised place to meet me will be Al-Hawd, i.e., the tank, on the day of resurrection. And I am now looking at it from this place of mine. I am not afraid that you will worship others besides Allah, but I am afraid that worldly life will tempt you and cause you to compete with each other for it." That was the last look which I cast on Allah's apostle. Volume 5, Book 59, number 375, narrated by Al-Bara. We faced the pagans on that day, of the Battle of Uhud, and the Prophet placed a batch of archers, at a special place, and appointed Abdullah bin Jubair as their commander and said, "Do not leave this place, and if you should see us conquering the enemy, do not leave this place, and if you should see them conquering us, do not come to help us." So when we faced the enemy, they took to their heel till I saw their women running towards the mountain, lifting up their clothes from their legs, revealing their leg bangles. The Muslims started saying, "The booty, the booty." Abdullah bin Jubair said the Prophet had taken a firm promise from me not to leave this place, but his companions refused to stay. So when they refused to stay there, Allah confused them so that they could not know where to go, and they suffered 70 casualties. Abu Sufyan ascended a high place and said, "Is Muhammad present amongst the people?" The Prophet said, "Do not answer him." Abu Sufyan said, "Is the son of Abu Quhafa present among the people?" The Prophet said, "Do not answer him." Abu Sufyan said, "Is the son of Al-Khattab amongst the people?" He then added, "All these people have been killed, for were they alive they would have replied." On that, Umar could not help saying, "You are a liar, O enemy of Allah. Allah has kept what will make you unhappy." Abu Sufyan said, "Superior may be Hubal." On that the Prophet said to his companions, "Reply to him." They asked, "What may we say?" He said, "Say, Allah is more elevated and more majestic." Abu Sufyan said, "We have the idol Al-Uzza, whereas you have no Uzza." The Prophet said to his companions, "Reply to him." They said, "What may we say?" The Prophet said, "Say, Allah is our helper and you have no helper." Abu Sufyan said, "This day compensates for our loss at Badr, and in the battle, the victory is always undecided and shared in turns by the belligerents. You will see some of your dead men mutilated, but neither did I urge this action nor am I sorry for it." Narrated Jabir. Some people took wine in the morning of the day of Uhud and were then killed as martyrs. Volume 5, Book 59, number 376, narrated by Sa'd bin Ibrahim. A meal was brought to Abdurrahman bin Auf while he was fasting. He said, "Musab bin Umar was martyred and he was better than I, yet he was shrouded in a burda, that is a sheet, so that if his head was covered his feet became naked, and if his feet were covered, his head became naked." Abdurrahman added, "Hamza was martyred, and he was better than one. Then worldly wealth was bestowed upon us, and we were given thereof too much. We are afraid that the reward of our deeds have been given to us in this life." Abdurrahman then started weeping so much that he left the food. Volume 5, Book 59, number 377, narrated by Jabir bin Abdullah. On the day of the Battle of Uhud, a man came to the Prophet and said, "Can you tell me where I will be if I should get martyred?" The Prophet replied, "In paradise." The man threw away some dates he was carrying in his hand and fought till he was martyred. Volume 5, Book 59, number 378, narrated by Malik bin Aus al-Hadathan, an-Nazri. That once, Umar bin al-Khattab called him, and while he was sitting with him, his gatekeeper, Yarfa, came and said, "Will you admit Uthman, Abdurrahman bin Auf, Azubair and Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas who are waiting for your permission?" Umar said, "Yes, let them come in." After a while Yarfa came again and said, "Will you admit Ali and Abbas who are asking your permission?" Umar said, "Yes." So, when the two entered, Abbas said, "O chief of the believers, judge between me and this," that is Ali. Both of them had a dispute regarding the property of Bani an-Nadir which Allah had given to his apostle as fai, that is booty gained without fighting. Ali and Abbas started reproaching each other. The present people, that is Uthman and his companions, said, "O chief of the believers, give your verdict in their case and relieve each from the other." Umar said, "Wait, I beseech you, by Allah, by whose permission both the heaven and the earth stand fast. Do you know that Allah's apostle said, 'We, prophets, our properties are not to be inherited, and whatever we leave is to be spent in charity,' and he said it about himself?" They, that is Uthman and his company, said, "He did say it." Umar then turned towards Ali and Abbas and said, "I beseech you both by Allah, do you know that Allah's apostle said this?" They replied in the affirmative. He said, "Now I am talking to you about this matter. Allah the Glorified favored his apostle with something of this fai, that is booty won without fighting, which he did not give to anybody else." Allah said, "And what Allah gave to his apostle, fai, booty, from them, for which you made no expedition with either cavalry or camelry, but Allah gives power to his apostles over whomsoever he will, and Allah is able to do all things." 59.6. So this property was especially granted to Allah's apostle. But by Allah the Prophet neither took it all for himself only nor deprived you of it, but he gave it to all of you and distributed it amongst you till only this remained out of it. And from this Allah's apostle used to spend the yearly maintenance for his family, and whatever used to remain, he used to spend it where Allah's property is spent, that is in charity. Allah's apostle kept on acting like that during all his life. Then he died, and Abu Bakr said, "I am the successor of Allah's apostle." So he, that is Abu Bakr, took charge of this property and disposed of it in the same manner as Allah's apostle used to do, and all of you, at that time, knew all about it. Then Umar turned towards Ali and Abbas and said, "You both remember that Abu Bakr disposed of it in the way you have described, and Allah knows that in that matter he was sincere, pious, rightly guided, and the follower of the right. Then Allah caused Abu Bakr to die, and I said, I am the successor of Allah's apostle and Abu Bakr. So I kept this property in my possession for the first 2 years of my rule, that is caliphate, and I used to dispose of it in the same way as Allah's apostle and Abu Bakr used to do, and Allah knows that I have been sincere, pious, rightly guided, and the follower of the right. In this matter later on both of you Ali and Abbas, came to me, and the claim of you both was one and the same. O Abbas, you also came to me. So I told you both that Allah's apostle said, our property is not inherited, but whatever we leave is to be given in charity. Then, when I thought that I should better hand over this property to you both, or the condition that you will promise and pledge before Allah, that you will dispose it off in the same way as Allah's apostle and Abu Bakr did, and as I have done since the beginning of my caliphate, or else you should not speak to me about it. So both of you said to me, hand it over to us on this condition. And on this condition I handed it over to you. Do you want me now to give a decision other than that decision? By Allah, with whose permission both the sky and the earth stand fast, I will never give any decision other than that decision till the last hour is established.